in the bottom left-hand side, our red Zerg player from Vitality is going to be Solar. Starts off on the Terran map pick here. We'll see what that means, and if blue Terran in the top right can start off well. This is going to be Clem from Team Liquid. Grand finals here today. Let's hope for a good one. Let's hope to get this going as we get it all started up. Top right side, Clem. And we're really wondering what kind of style he's going to play. A lot of Terrans have been loving the 3-base all-ins on this map. Very powerful, hard to flank. He can be super greedy early game as well, so there's just so much you can gain from being kind of greedy like that. And wondering if that's something we will see here or not. We just have ourselves a Overlord coming through for the moment, getting set up. Just gonna have a CC dropping onto the gold again. It's very easy for the Terran to hold this gold base, right? You can get tanks on it. It just makes it very difficult for Soul to really do much about it, and especially it's more difficult for Soul to hold his gold. So many more ways the Terran can hit the gold base of the Zerg than the Zerg can hit the Terran, and that's definitely one of the ways in which the advantage swings early on. It's rare to see a gold base that favors the yeah, it's rare for the gold base to favor a Terran player, but in this case it actually will, one of the few reasons why. Killing's coming over, Reaper will be taking some shots. Just gonna have ourselves the Lings continue to come by, Reaper continue to take some hits. Having ourselves the Reaper taking a few more shots, and just having ourselves the Queen obviously deflecting for the most part here. Factory about to finish up on the side of Clem. Orbital command coming through, the reactor is building also. And all of this on the way as our Queens and our Lings will be there. The Reaper does get turned around. Another creep team are going down as well. Hellion and a couple Marines still producing through Solar. It's going to be, well, again, Link speed up. 5 more drones on the way. Reaper does bop one of the Lings just a second there and just deal some more damage. Still got our Cyclone coming through, our Marines building. The Queens are going to be there to push the Reaper back just for now. And you get some damage done. Cyclone and Marines all on the way out from Clem then, and gets as much as he can up and running. And he gets ready for a little bit of a drop play to start out with. So interesting stuff that Clem is not playing that 3cc I talked about, just 2-basing at the moment. Does some 2-base pressure, obviously still has the gold, so there's still a boosted economy, but not as greedy as a Terran could be. Which I definitely find kind of intriguing. Considering, again, this is such a good map for that. We see so many Terrans look to utilize it. Second Cyclone, and a third Cyclone as well, and now a third CC. It's going to be very Cyclone heavy then. Out of Clem on the opening. Is this a world where we continue to see Cyclones? Is there a world we see just straight up mech from Clem? I kind of want to say I don't think so. I think this is very much so still just an opening, but I'm going to rule out the possibility that Cyclone does kill off a Ling. That's good to deny further scouting as well, of course, if Solar got forwards. Could have seen the factor on the reactor, and that tells him a possibility of what this can be as Marines here. Actually see an Overlord. But they drop a little bit further forward, and those Lings are able to get on top and deny that right from the start. This Overlord is going to get through, and he's actually going to see the next 2 Cyclones, and still the factory with the reactor on. Also sees the extra barracks coming up as well, though, so we'll confirm that this is going to be Stimpak. Marines move up, just see how the Lings coming across. We are going to lift those back into the medevac. Marines coming back through and just trying to do as much as they can, but a handful of Lings well positioned will continue to do very well for the most part here. Able to keep pretty darn good control of this. As you see some more Cyclones still in the center, the Hellion also there. 2 more Hellions building, Stimpak coming through. 9 roaches building from Solar, and now some more lings as well. Obviously, that can be just seen as a big defensive wave against any potential pressure, but now, especially with 3 multiple cyclones out, that kind of makes some sense. Can this turn into an attack? Is Solar going to keep going as we actually get rid of a bunch of drones here? And uh-oh. We're now going to see as Clem, the first roach, is popping out. He's already going to get a couple of those kills. There's one ling across the map. He's going to morph in Hellbats. I didn't even realize Clem had an armory, so this is going to be a very serious push from him in the end. But with this amount of roaches, that means that Solo is extremely well prepared for it. Building a bunch more lings to try and chase this down also. Oh no, the lings get into the main base. Clem does not raise the depot. That's disastrous. He's got nothing at home currently. These lings need to split apart and not just fight one single marine here and there in choke points. They can do a lot of damage. They've wasted a lot of time already, honestly, and they're going to keep on just going for units. I mean, to be fair, if you go for units, you've also got the Ling Roach coming across the map to essentially be an all-in. So if you just get a lot of units here, you can probably make the most of that. This Liberator is still denying mining time. More Lings get through. That depot is still not able to raise, and that is an issue as Lings go across towards the goal. The Roaches are going to be here in a moment, and the damage is definitely being done. 16 SCVs down, and we're actually going to target the orbital. And we are kind of targeting some weird things here, I feel like, as we get up this ramp, and we are going to go straight onto combat shields. The Lings peel away once again. This is a little scary for Solo because his Lings are kind of secluded and on their own. As extra Ravagers show up, and I don't think Clem has the units to hold this off anymore. Yeah, Clem got very committed, but Solo figured it out, and he put himself in a position where he could A, deal with it, and then counterattack on the back, and that puts him in a great spot. There's a great choice of build from Solo to really deal with what Clem was doing. And that's going to be this very well handled. So Clem is going to lose his own map pick, which is very scary in a TvZ. Now you're going to get some of them Zerg maps coming up, and you're going to have to play from behind on them Zerg maps. As Solo picks up a first game very smoothly here in the bottom left-hand side. Up 1-0 will be the red Zerg player from Vitality. We have Solar. In the top right, blue Terran player from Team Liquid, Clem. Build got figured out, and he just could not actually have enough power. At the end of it all, I was expecting Clem to probably play a little differently this time around. Might even see the triple CC coming in that little bit earlier on. It's not like Clem was overly committed to the attack. The plan was for him to be able to follow up, but that was the issue as well, because he was then switching into economy and bio that was not really in good numbers yet. And we see Clem going 2 barracks low ground. These Reaper openings have definitely taken a turn in the less than popular direction as of late. First Reaper on the way, second barracks is building up as well. Got the gaps there, I assume, to put add-ons on. I think there's a pretty cramped natural with the barracks being so far back. If they really do just kind of sit there and add on from that. Reaper moves out across the map, a couple more Reapers on the way. We have our Queens building on the side of Solar. So bringing those Queens up, obviously that's very normal, and obviously he's about to find out that this is multi-racks Reaper as he sees at the front. He'll also see the command center timing, so he knows it's probably only 2 racks. Hard to afford the third CC alongside the, hard to afford this command center alongside a third barracks at this point in time. Reaper will fight against a few Lings. Queen still popping out. Ling speed is coming up. Reaper production continues as Clem. How many are we going to go for here? It's already 3. He's going to 4. His Reaper builds have definitely kind of taken a step back into fashion recently, but just going to see another grenade going down. One more Queen just getting pushed back a little bit. Another Queen Nelly getting bopped forward. These Reapers are going to hop up to the high ground as our Zerglings will start to take some damage, so Reaper's already putting in some work here. Come back over. You do see the Queen taking a couple shots. Grenade going down. The Queen still move forward, and the Reapers do get out of there for the moment. Link speed finishing very soon. We still have our factory coming out, our command center on the way, and that is going to be the starport building from Clem as well, so bringing that starport into play also. It's a pretty ridiculous tournament skill level-wise if you think a top 8 get less than 13 euros. Yeah, but no one's really playing to get top 8 and 13 euros, right? The top prize is still pretty decent for just an online cup, so yeah, everyone's going to show up. And you get points towards qualifying for the Masters Coliseum, which is a massive massive online tournament, so there is extra added benefits as these lings kind of chase, but honestly getting low. The Reaper's actually doing a good job of trading out. Stimpack starting, Roach Roaring building from Solar. I wonder if he's going to stay just very aggressive throughout the course of this series. I can kind of imagine it, to be honest. Solar just kind of getting aggressive and staying aggressive throughout. Could be a thing. Could be a thing. No account for Masters Coliseum. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, right? I mean, that's what happened the last couple of seasons. I don't imagine this season's different. I don't believe. Great if I could find it anywhere. Yeah, they get points towards Masters Coliseum qualification. Things move about. Creep moving through. As that bunker comes in. Banshee, Marines all coming around. Banshee fires, a couple things getting pushed back. We do see our cloak and our stim continue to come up. I see our lings continue back over. As that Banshee comes back in. One starts up, Stimpack about to finish. Evo Chambers coming through on the side of Solar. We do see the Banshee going to get rid of one more drone, trying to get another. Actually, nice position on the Banshee. Going to get a couple more drones actually so far, so able to get in there and just nab a couple of extra shots. Nicely done for the moment. Roach, Queen all gathering. We do see the Banshee still setting up. Actually going to try and get that hatch here. It's just going to pick a way through that. We do have our 1-1 upgrades, our combat shield all on the way. There's a couple of barracks coming up as well. That Banshee is going to try finish the hatchery off the next couple of moments. Banshee still firing, drone still taking damage. Goes through that. Just have ourselves the Banshee still trying to poke around, so still just decent little bits and pokes and prods right now from Clem. Trying to find out if there's any further openings to take advantage of here. And 1-1 about to finish here on the side of Clem. Missiles and carapace on the way up, also from Solar. Baneling Nest is going to be done very soon. Marines now. Other units continue to gather up. Banshee gets a shot or two off, pushing the lings away through the upper left-hand side of the map. Just going to knock some rocks into the center. So Clem getting aggressive. He needs to be careful not to go kind of too far too soon. Solar might get caught in a bad time though, right? Hive building, not ready yet. Bane speed building, not ready yet. So much investment and not a lot of actual here and ready to go. The hatch just dies as now the Roach Ravager comes down the ramp. The good news is the tanks are shooting at Queens. So that's some shots that do benefit Solar a little bit. And he will clean up the tanks, but then he's going to have to deal with the drop now heading towards his main. Into the main base we go. A couple of lings. Spore not going to do much, and that's obviously going to give Clem more time as well to just reinforced from elsewhere on the map. Marines come stimming by. There's going to be a roach going down here. A couple of drones start dropping. Spore Crawler dies. The rest of these lings running through and just not having a good time at all. No fourth base is actually pretty brutal as well, because that really leaves Solar in just a position where you're meant to have a fourth base right now. These drones are long distancing from this position. The Marines are back on it. These queens will not survive forever. The lings that show up quickly don't exactly do much because they are, well, unupgraded. No melee upgrade. They have Carapace, obviously, because Carapace is shared, but no melee. Yeah, we just load back up, go elsewhere. Banshee just going to pick away at an extractor on the side, because why the hell not? Vipers are popping, but I don't even think this is a game where Vipers are the problem. Avalanche has triple full medevac in the middle of the map too. 30 supply lead at the moment, and Clem is just absolutely dominating this game number 2. This has not even been a fair fight, and this is Solar's map pick, so great time to turn it around from Clem. As obviously tie this series up 1-1 and do it so simply as well has got to feel great. As it's not there yet, but we're definitely in the right direction as he sees everything that's setting up. He's continuing to kill drones. Solar is in a world of trouble, man. These Banshees are getting so many workers here. These Marines are putting in work. The triple drop is now moving to the left side. Obviously, that was AFK for a little bit. Maybe could have made a move a little sooner. We're going to get one more queen here as well. Oh my goodness. No detection on this other Banshee until its energy runs out. Solar's starting to clean up a little bit, but Clem has got ghosts popping out. 2-2 upgrades are well underway. You guys tell me what isn't looking... You guys tell me what Clem doesn't have that he needs right now. I asked this before as well in the TVP against Classic. It's that much of a lead. It really is significant. As Clem might even, honestly, with a stim, maybe would have grabbed a Viper there. Solar kind of moves away with these Banes, going to get chased, loses a lot of them. And that's just even more expense for Solar at the moment as he continues to be in a very rough position at this point in time. Marines will take the Watchtower. It's going to consume. A couple of Crypt Tumors will be going down. 2-2 upgrades still coming up on the side of Clem. We actually have got the drop into the back of this natural expansion. Marines and tanks still pressing forwards. Tanks will begin to siege. Lings are coming through. Banelings are pushing forwards. We have ourselves a lot of these Marines going to keep on fighting. The Banes are mostly dying before they reach the Marines, but we did get through a lot of the tanks. There's just not enough power there, and Clem is going to be good to take game 2. That was a very dominating performance. Have been ferocious and not holding back so far at the start of this series. Let's see if there's going to be a bit more chill and a bit more macro perhaps for this third map now. Bottom right-hand corner, blue Zerg player from Vitality. We have Solar. And he really just fell apart in that last game. Not really much else to say other than that. He really just kind of died, you know? Dude did not really get to stay alive at all. As we have top left, our red Terran player from Team Liquid, we have got ourselves Clem. Well, Side Delta is a map. And this was a, actually, what was the veto? It doesn't tell me. Oh, we can't open the chat here. I don't know what the veto, I can't remember if game map through is Clem's map pick again or if Solar got 2 map picks in a row. Because Solar gets 2 vetoes in a row. I'm not sure if he gets 2 map picks in a row as well. No, we've got Alcyone coming up after this as well. No, we just had Alcyone. What do you have coming up after this? Oceanborn. I don't remember what the 5th is. I really struggle with this map pool for some reason. I don't know why. The last map pool I was really good at remembering. This map pool I really struggle. CV down to the bottom right. You see our command center on the way through here, getting things set up. Over at the front, command center coming through. CV pulls over the side, drone's gonna get turned around. Reaper's still coming across. Let's just get the hatchery going. Couple lings, couple queens all being built for the moment. Grenade going down. Just have ourselves the Ling still taking some damage. A little Reaper grenade pushing the Queens back a little bit. A couple CCs coming up. Factory is building. And a lot of this on the way for the moment. So far, so good. Nothing really wild. Nothing really too crazy to begin with. I don't think that's too unexpected, right? It's just early game TvZ. See a triple CC from Clem, so he is going to move into that 3 command center play again. Play a bit more of that eco focus rather than anything else. All these early stages. It goes down. Queen's gonna get bopped. Reaper is gonna go and move about a little bit here. We do see those Queens still settling in, and the Hellions are gonna try and dive through. No link speed yet, and there's a few seconds till that is done, so just gonna try and dive in. One of those Hellions already low though. Now there's not a Queen in this main base until just now it popped out. Now it takes a few moments to get rid of the Hellion, so honestly not the best from Clem. Only 1 drone going down, a few links cleaned up as well, sure, but I mean, this kind of feels like maybe you're planning on trying to dive in with the next Hellions as well, but now link speed is done. There's still Queens about. It doesn't feel as though Clem gets too much out of that. Hellion, Reaper still fighting those lings. And a couple of Queens coming through. The Hellion is going to dive by into the natural expansion. The lings get a wrap around to kill that Hellion off. So that gets picked. Cloak still coming up. Banshee and Hellions all on the way. Continue to bring this through for the moment. Hellions still gathering up. Reaper as well. We do have Cloak. We do have Banshee. Stimpack also coming through. The extra barracks are building from Clem. Queen is there to push the Hellions back into the center of the map. So the Hellions will not be able to do too much just yet. Still hanging, lingering, figuring out what they want to do. Banshee's going to show up and pick away at a drone. So 1 drone going down already. So workers coming up. The Hellions still poking to the front, but the Queens will be there for the most part to keep these Hellions away as best as we can. And that Cloak coming up from Clem, so he's going to have Cloak available on the Banshees, be able to utilize that in the next few moments as well. Continue to try and get settled in. A couple of Banshees still firing through, a couple of drones going down. We have ourselves 1-1 and Stimpack on the way in. A couple more drones still being killed. The Spore Crawler firing up. The Banshee's taking damage. 1 more drone getting picked off. Queen's coming over. Again, 1-1 upgrade. Stimpack all building. That Bane Nest coming through. The Hatchery coming in as well. More Lings and all the rest coming about also. Melee upgrades all on the way. Hellions to move about. Reaper gathering in. We have ourselves the Hydro Den starting up. The Marines in the tank coming over. And again, our Baneland speed, our melee upgrades all coming about here as our Banshees just going to sit. SCV is going to get some repairs on said Banshees, and the Medivac will just boost backwards a little bit as well. Marine tank still coming over. Just for the moment. Continuing to move about here. Marine's gonna fight, Queen's gonna get pushed back, tanks will be sieging. Banshee's getting active as well, as we do see Clem coming in with a bit of a push. The 1-1 upgrade's already done for him, absolutely helping as we power through. Yo, Vorsmith, what's up? 4 years. Seems just like yesterday you were locked down and decided to sub. Oh yeah, thank you so much for the 4-year resub, man. I appreciate it. That is crazy, right? So that was 4 years ago. There's that Marine still pressing. The Banshee's got a Baneling or two. That is the end of the Banshees as well as Clem. He can sit here all he likes. I'm not sure he's necessarily really going to have the power to kind of keep on making moves at the moment. Marines are still gathering. We just have ourselves the... Oh, miss. Oh, yeah, he accidentally dropped a mule, and then because he's typing, Solo jumps on him. Oh my goodness. So Clem accidentally drops a mule into the army. He's immediately like miss to tell him that he's not trying to be VM. Oh my goodness. And then I feel like Clem kind of got jumped on because of that as well. So pretty crazy, actually. Yeah, a couple of moments right there. Pretty darn hectic as we do see these Marines still trying to fight. A few more Lings going down. Damage still being dealt for the moment as we continue to go. Artifacts trying to get into this main base, unable to for the moment. Marine still pressing forward. Queen taking some damage. Ling Bane coming across. Artifacts have to pull away. The couple Widow Mines get burrowed. Marine's going to unload from the Medivacs once again. And just have ourselves Marine tank of Clem looking to press on through. Tank number 1 sieges. Tank number 2 gets it going. Marines just start pressing forwards. Couple creep Jimmers still going down. Queens taking hits. Tank shots continue to fire. This Marine's still firing it up as well. Hydra's coming over. Banes are going to try and roll in towards that group of Marines, but they do manage to get back, utilizing the Widow Mine well to help out as well. As we still have Queen still pressing forward, still trying to just again try and help any way they can against this Marine force. We have a Bioforce now over to the far left-hand side from Clem as well, so we get all of this continue to settle down. And we do go in 2 different directions here as the Ling Bane Hydra starts to press up. We get the Marines going to have to lift up and back away. The tanks going to get cleaned as well. That is Solar able to win this fight, but it's because Clem's also reinforcing bottom left, and he's going to maybe get to this hatchery well before Solar gets here. So this base will just go down. Solar will not save it, but can he save the drones? That's actually a genuine question. Widow Mine first one was absolutely brilliant. The second was nothing, and then the third and fourth were okay. Those drones in the corner is what Solar's trying to save. We lift up, we'll go elsewhere. The drones are saved, but Clem is back on the right side. There's still Ling Bane Hydra here, so Solar is not misplayed by splitting up too much of it, or by not splitting up his army. He did split his army effectively there. Puts himself in a better position. Nicely done. As you see the couple Queens still coming about. Continue to settle down as we have our Bio just going to unload once again. A few more drones going down here. Hatchery taking shots. Going to go down. Lings are still in some trouble as well. Hydra Bane trying to come across. Medivacs will evacuate once more. The Viper's finishing soon. +1 missiles coming about. Lurkaden also completing. The army of Clem still coming over the right-hand side. 3-3 upgrades in production on the engineering base. Clem tries to get into the main base, but will not be able to. Very active game from Clem, obviously very aggressive, staying on the front lines as much as he possibly can. Just always trying to find drops, and behind this now finally starting to tech up in toward those ghosts, so getting that ready to go as well. Shots coming through, the Hydras taking some extra hits as well. Widow Mines still coming off, Lings taking hits. So you have again 3-3 reducing through from Clem, so still upgrades continuing by for him. I mean, Solo's going missile upgrades now. The one thing Solo's not being able to do yet is really tech beyond Ling Bane Hydra, but he has got a Hive, he has got a Lurkaden. The first Vipers are here, and the question really is, do we actually get a chance to build Lurkers? Well, he's going to get the first Lurker upgrade started. That Seismic Spines will be on the way. Clem chases. Again, has kept the creep back on this right side very nicely. However, that's all he's really been able to do here, is we do have some Banes able to get in. He really wants to re-deny this base. But I think he's just trying to run into too big of a position. Again, we do have the Ghosts coming up as well from Clem. And as Lurkers come out from Solo, those Ghosts are going to become a necessity on the side of Clem as well. He's absolutely going to need those to help him out for the most part here, as the Marine's going to try and stim forward again. Ling's going down, Bane's coming through. Viper's going to drop some parasitic bombs. Widow Mines already firing up. Parasitic bombs continue to come out. Medevac's getting hit hard. That's a big win from Solar. He might get some chase potential. What a time to have chase potential. If he can push this back, then you can get Lurkers up, and then you can start playing Lurkers on an attack as well. Could actually be a huge moment here from Solar, who continues to chase Clem all the way back to the top side of the map. Clem has to just keep on running. Couple command centers out the front. Medevac's on the left side, loading up to the high ground as well. Lingbane Hydra coming through too. Bio comes down the right. Those Lurkers are on their own. That's obviously not a great place to be, as we are going to get some snipes. Some Bio just jumping on it initially. No adaptive talents, so the burrow doesn't happen quickly. We get a couple more snipes off, but no kills. Still a nice catch from Clem, as Solar was just distracted, splitting some units off elsewhere at the same time. Because of shells coming up, a couple more drones going down, and Marines trying to fight as these Lings get a wrap around to clean those Lings up. More Bio still coming over. Lings, Hydra's taking shots. Widowmine hits a couple of the Banelings. Bio tries to come in. More of these drones again picked away at as well. Lings are still chasing up the left-hand side. Lurkers are firing. See snipes trying to come through, but getting cancelled by the Lurker shots. Still getting cancelled by the Lurker shots. Doesn't matter how much you try, Clem. I don't think that's changing until you send some other units forward. Kills 10 drones right there. Kind of worried that maybe Clem could have cleaned up more of the creep in the center of the map. I feel like the center of the map creep is amazing for Solar. It feels like he's going to have so much control here. I guess this is going to be a scan now to get rid of a bunch of tumors, although maybe he doesn't have it. Lings show up and no creep cleaned out. He gets rid of some queens, so the creep will be left standing at the end of this. A couple more snipes. The Overseer is the next victim. Still Bio sitting up atop the high ground. Rest of the Bio coming over. Ghost looking to snipe as well once again. A couple of shots coming about. Just trying to get set up as best we can here. Bio still coming through. Damage still being done. He's just going to be seeing this Bio splitting back once again. Ghosts are still being chased forwards. Trying to do something a little extra right now, as we do have ourselves the Bio Force continue to come about. 9 SCVs going down, plus 2 missile attack coming up. The Ling is going to get on top of this planetary fortress. Bane's crashing in. The Lurkers are going to get here, but the repair is good enough, and this is going to be Clem able to push Solar away. So Clem able to push those Lurkers back out of the position. Cleans up that space. It's popping out of our Nidus network. Gonna see our Liberators sieging up. Ghosts for a couple of snipes potentially. 1, 2, 3. Some good snipes coming down. So a lot of the Lurkers going down. Niduses will be denied. It's honestly pretty good defense from Clem. As good as it's gonna get once you've already let the Niduses finish in the main. To the point where it was maybe even good to do that, because obviously you were, you know. Yeah, maybe it was actually good to do that because you were, knocking down the, you actually got some Lurker kills that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Well, Clem is still pressing through. This right side has been an absolute, you know, dream of his, apparently, all game long. It's been the position he's pushed into repeatedly. There's a lot of Lings getting some catches, but so many Ghosts in the background. Well, these Ghosts want to find some snipes across the course of those Hydras. The problem is, here from Solar, is that too many Lurkers don't do enough, and no Lurkers is kind of bad as well. Like, he's in a weird place where I think he doesn't even want to build more Lurkers right now because they've not been effective enough for him, but then if he doesn't build them, can Lingbane Hydra really overwhelm this? Advanced Ballistics coming up from Clem. The units here just going to try and evacuate in medevacs, as we do see Lingbane Hydra still moving upwards. Liberator range coming through, cloaking coming up, more mules are going to drop down. Popping those straight into place as Widow Mines. Thinking about trying to get a catch as well, not able to just yet. Fire Force firing, EMP is going off, Viper's going to get hit in that. Lingbane Hydra still pressing forward, the CC ends up getting cancelled as well. Two SCVs currently dead as we actually get on top of the bases. This is where it always becomes scary for a Terran player. Your bases start dropping, you're losing economy, and you potentially have, reinforcements getting caught quickly as well. So it's going to finish off this orbital command. So this third location is going to be shut down for now. Clem has got a top right base, but I feel like Solo knows about that, so that shouldn't be too something that guy gets away with. He gets away with for too long. Now there's a bit of money still to spend, but it's mostly minerals. Still getting more Liberators out. There's not really a good answer to Liberators right now. Corruptors are not a thing for Solar. And not just the Corruptor's not a thing, he's got no Spire in the game, so he can't really do anything to really deal with Liberators right now. I mean, I guess Vipers. Problem is, there's a point where there's just too many Liberators for the Vipers to really deal with, right? Main Hydra coming through. The Ghosts are going to get jumped on. I see those Lings actually starting to get a bit of a catch. Abduct in on a Liberator. And Solo can continue up this ramp into this natural expansion. Bane's going to continue through. Overseer's still moving about. For the moment. And +3 vehicle plating coming up. Extra Ghosts on the way. SCV's producing. We have ourselves the additional Banelings still morphing in as well. Bio coming across. Couple more drones going down. Liberator producing on the side of Clem. Extra Marines coming by. +3 vehicle plating coming up too. As our Bio's going to go jump in towards this bottom left-hand hatchery. So we at least deny this. Clem is fighting for the left side base. So just trying to get this up and running for himself also. So again, trying to do everything that he can right now. Make this as good a situation as possible as Ling Bane continues by. The extra Bane's crashing forwards. Just coming up into that bottom left-hand corner here. Ling Bane still coming through. Just for the moment. Ghost coming about, Lib's coming through, Lurker's going to dive into a Nidus. The Marine's going to come through and jump onto a Lurker den, onto the Nidus there, clean that up. Bit of mine's going off. It's going to be seeing the rest of the Bio coming about. It's going to be seeing the Lings getting chased. Just turning around here, Ghosts are going to be shot at. You see the Liberators firing up onto those Vipers. Fungal Growth comes down, actually catches a bunch of these units. Banelings crash in as well. And on the bottom side, we are going to see Clem able to come through. Hatch drops, drones getting chased away. Liberator Bio all coming up, +3 vehicle plating coming through too. Another hatchery getting settled as our Lurkers pop out. Things move around. Bane Hydra is still moving as you do see the few Lings getting up to the top side, going to go after those Marines. Actually going to see Solar again has really been the one to kind of jump on fights repeatedly here so far. He has got a bit of money in the bank so he can afford to take fights. Now the Liberators are going to be a big problem. Again, can we really deal with a lot of those Libs that I just set up? That's where Clem will find his value, find his trades from. Kind of awkward for Clem because like he doesn't want to lose that top 12 o'clock base, but Solar's sat between his bases as well. You would feel like Solar would be able to kind of make a dive on that base at some point to get rid of it. And putting some effort into expanding down the left side of the map. He is starting to get into that bottom corner as well. Bunch more Marines coming through, +1 ship weapons coming up. The Bio's still pressing forward. It's going to continue to fight. The Banes are still rolling. The Hydras and Lings still pushing. Parasite Bomb just drops onto the Medevac. That is going to get taken out as well. Well, good split from Clem, honestly. Just making sure it's not going to be too much. It goes down. Ling's going to get blasted by the Widow Mice. They're going to go down as well. These Lurkers are going to burrow up. A bunch of SCVs will be falling too, so a lot of workers continue to die. Planetary Fortress will be again picked away at as the rest of the Bio comes over. Lurkers will be dropping. This is, again, not a bad trade for Clem. I mean, he actually gets a bunch of Lurkers here. Solar is also running out of money. I don't think he's running out of places to mine from. I think he's just not got too much money in the bank at the moment. He's finally going to crash into this base up here. Took a long time to make this move. Really felt like he should have made that earlier. Don't know why Clem was allowed to kind of mine from there for so long. Seems like a bit of a mistake, honestly, as we'll just see. I mean, honestly, I think this is starting to go Clem's way unless Solar can get some more mining truly established, because the fact that Solar can't rebuild off of these banks, like when you're not maxed out as a Zerg, that's not a good sign if the Terran is also not maxed out but at the same supply as you. Terran's going to have more army at any point in time. The Zerg's meant to benefit from being able to mine out more, trade better, do more with the map. Resources lost is very even, so it's not even like Clem's been trading that well. A couple of snipes, we do get one Viper. Well, the Ghosts in the front get caught there. We will sit and stim and take out a couple of Banelings as we go. The Hydras, the Vipers pulling back as well. We re-engage forward too. More Banelings being knocked down. Workers are going to run through. Marauder gets abducted. Fungal growth lands on a couple of the Ghosts, which is actually great, knocking Ghosts down. There's only 2 Ghosts left on the map right now and 2 in production, so every Ghost you get rid of is such a huge deal. That takes away so much of the efficiency of the Terran for the deeper and deeper that this game heads to. Gets into a better and better spot. Couple more Widowmine shots coming through, hitting some of those lings. We still have this army continue to come across. Missile turret firing. Bio will stim it up. A lot of lings going down. Hydras as well. SCVs trying to repair but not able to just yet. Ling Hydra still coming over. Viper's also coming across here. Going to get an abduct on the Liberator. Take that out already. This Bio still pushing through. And this is the problem for Stoll. He just doesn't have a standing army that can really push through and win. And especially as we're still building libs from Clem, he can continue to completely control this. Yeah, Liberators are just so powerful when there's not like a permanent answer to them. Like, Hydras here can't really push into them effectively or anything, right? So Marines will go down. We're losing the fight to the Lurker. Clem would love to get this bottom left base up. Somewhere new to mine from, some fresh income. You can see both of them are kind of struggling for money. I mean, Solar, to me, shouldn't be struggling that much. He's got this upper right bases. One of them currently under siege by a lib. I guess he's just... I don't know. I just feel as though Solar shouldn't have as much issue kind of having money as he has had here. You just see the attack through here. He's going to be able to get rid of these libs, but once those libs go down, the Bio will be able to start chasing onto the Lingbane Hydra. Another lib will just siege. Vipers and Lings continue to come through. Press sieges up again. A couple of those drones will be going down, so 3 workers already getting picked up. Spore going to move across into position. Liberator going to be in trouble. Bane Hydra coming over to the left-hand side. You are going to see missile turret taking some shots. Refinery as well, also going to go down. Bio will run across. A couple of these Banes getting chased. Festus is going to lurk on forwards, looking to try and grab that money fungal to potentially give you the engagement you've been looking for here, and maybe try and find that one big fight. If you get that could be absolutely amazing for you. So that is the goal currently of those Infestors of Solar. As Clem trying to establish a base in the upper right as well, by the way. He's also still got libs sieging around and hitting other bases, trying to make Solar's mining life as difficult as possible. Going to find this base. Honestly, Solar has not been mining much. I talked about his issues here, and so any mining that he gets denied in the upper right, I feel like is actually genuinely a big issue. Solar's going to have basically no income. Like, look at his minerals and gas on the top left now. It's really dropping low. He's got a couple bases that are straggling some mining on the bottom. Using the Overseers to set off some of the Widow Mines. Here's the Infestor from the back. It lands a really good fungal growth onto that army. Clem has got to have more army supply units somewhere, but where are they at? There's reinforcements over here that just stood still. Not sure what they've been up to, but that's not ideal as these Banes are making their dive through. Solar's still down on army supply. Clem, a few more units popping out. A few Lings continue to go down. Can Solar break through? Obviously, Clem's got this counterattack as well. Even more drones are dropping. We're actually targeting down tech structures as well. A couple Hydras will just come knocking through this orbital command. Widowmine going to go off to kill off the Overseer. Thing's gonna crash in. Lots of SCVs falling. Hydra's still going after the orbital, as we do see the Lurker is gonna continue to put in some work. Marines, Marauders, Liberator, Cyclone, all coming about. Our Professor again chased. Our Hydra's in some trouble. Other Lings continue to come through. The Hydra's gonna come back across also. Marines popping out. Liberator going to get active once again. Just quite a few of these Lings continue to get knocked on down. Have ourselves the 10 additional Lings still in production as Solar trying to scrap together whatever he can. It's been a pretty crazy game here on side Delta. We do have Ling Hydra now coming across. Widowmines are blowing up Hydras, which is obviously not a good sign. It's never a good thing as we see the Lings continue to get chased away. Widowmine shot is good. Just seeing our units still pressing down the bottom. One of these infestors still around as well. Clem has just slowly but surely been edging himself into a better and better supply lead here. See a couple more creep tumors still going down as well. Bio still looking to move forwards up the ramp. And Ling Hydra Viper continues to get set up. Couple Widowmines will burrow. Couple Lings going down. Widowmine fires, kills off a few Lings. The Viper's maybe in some trouble too. Blinding Cloud's coming down once again. Widowmine's still firing up. Bit of a storm as the fungal growth lands onto a chunk of these medevacs. It's a nice abduct forwards. I mean, this is a base you don't have to try and defend as Clem. He's still killing tech structures around the map, by the way, making it more and more difficult to replace things. Another Liberator gets abducted. 69, 70 to 50 army supply. Those couple of mines are kind of a big deal. Just going to see a couple of Lings send themselves forward to give themselves up. Plan having more Marines. Another medevac coming through. We are absolutely just going to be scrapping the last little bit of this game. There's a hatchery in that bottom left now mining. That's a big deal. Any mining is huge. Oh, Clem's going to find the Baneling Nest, however. That's also huge given the state of the game. Clem sees the Widowmine, the base here as well, so he is going to get the Widowmines to try and deny the mining on this position, which is absolutely essential right now. And he might try and save that as well, as these Marines still just left to pick their way through tech structures and make Solar's life difficult. Clem does not have much mining of his own at this stage. Income-wise, we're talking... Actually, I mean, he must have a few mules down or something, but he doesn't have many different bases to mine from. A lot of his bases have been mined out. He attempted to re-establish in the upper right, but he was not able to get there. More Lings coming through. The Marines getting chased about. He's actually going to get in here and just pick off all of those Hydras, so they're going to take some mega damage. Well, that's a nice catch. So many Hydras going down is a big win for Clem. He has that single goes. A Cyclone here, too. It's still up the high ground of the Widowmine shot. Goes off. Couple Lings going down. Hydra is going to be there to fight against the Orbital Command a little bit further as well. These few Marines is going to go in after the Lings, and obviously the choke point isn't your friend. Vipers are not going to do too much on their own accord, and eventually we have to lift up. We've got more units here. I think we're at the point where Clem can just stim up to that base. He's going to kill the last Hydra in the map, I believe. And it's 28 Lings, an Infestor, and 2 Vipers with a Dream. There is one, well, Fungal, and that's going to be it. Game is called from Solar, and Clem is going to win it 2-1 in his favor now, as this grand final just took an epic turn with a 32-minute game. In the bottom left-hand side, down in the series, it is going to be Solar. Lost the last 2 maps back-to-back. Taking on in the top left, our Blue Terran play from Team Liquid. We have Clem. Had to gruelingly fight his way into a position to win that last one, but I kind of feel like I kind of saw that coming. Like, Clem was just pushing for so long without any real oomph behind it. It's kind of a bit brutal as Drone moves across. Take the hatchery onto the natural there. So that's set up and ready to go. I'll just take a moment to recover on the back of a very epic game number 3. 30 plus minutes, always a lot of fun. TvZ coming up, Reaper coming through. Couple queens, couple lings, all coming about here for the moment. Our command center is building. Game number 4 of this best of 5, all underway for the moment. Get this all settled. See where the heck we're heading to. And thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Do appreciate you all. Again, remember to follow, like, subscribe, etc. It helps us so much. Be the last time we say it today, most likely. So, thank you so much. We did already. Well, if you choose to do so. Reaper comes in. A couple drones taking some shots. We do see the queens coming about. Just going to push that Reaper out of there. Just going to chase that away as well for the moment. Snake goes down. Drone becomes a spore crawler. Valinoriano, thank you so much. The 19-month resub. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Reaper gets away, just about getting out. Helene and the Marines are continuing to build through the starport coming up from Clem as well. So that's starport building, reactor building. This is once again going to be triple CC though, right? So not going to be... Oh, sorry, it's not triple CC. I'm just going too lally. Timing in the, my head timing in the game is wrong for some reason. So it's going to be just starport and a bit more of an aggressive setup. Obviously, we saw him try to be aggressive in game 1. Funky build with the Cyclone and then Hellbat push. Solo was just so ready for it. He had so many units, and he was able to just push back across the map so heavily and so powerfully. As now we see this Queen able to push this Reaper away. Chasing that out of there. Marines coming up, the medevac's on the way. Lair, Queens, Ling Speed all building on the side of Solo, so we get that up and running. Tell ourselves the Ling getting picked away at. A couple of Queens still coming up, the Lair coming through. And all of that on the go here as we just have the Marines actually find an Overlord kill, which is really nice. I'm just putting the fusion core down. Sorry, excuse me. Clem's putting the fusion core down, which apparently made me catch my breath. And he is going to go into that as a couple of Hellions coming up. Command center coming through. This team medevac is going to come down to the bottom, head into this main base, and try and drop off some damage, but not going to be too much success. This is going to be that kind of Marine mine drop with no stim. Spire is a great choice here from Solar, actually, as Clem takes extra gases as well. He's going to build BCs and probably play mech after it as well, so Clem absolutely mixing it up here on Amphion. But once more, as Clem mixes it up, it feels like Solo just has such a good answer. By going into the Spire so soon, it really sets him up to be able to deal with battle cruisers. So that is a major win in my eyes. As the Venus comes down as well, though, it could still be a problem if he makes Mutalisks. And before he realizes that it's the before he realizes it's BCs, that could be a problem perhaps. Rings and medevacs continue to come about. Queen's coming over, Marines are there. Spire about to finish, and the BC not done yet, so Clem... Oh, the Overlord came in, so the Overlord knows, so actually Scylla will know what to build off that Spire. Oh no, he's going to go Mutas anyway. Okay. Interesting. Because Clem's going to go more than one BC. He has the gas for it, so there's no doubt. Oh, he goes Banshee? No, he goes BC, okay. was gonna say, I think this makes sense to go more than one BC here. BC will reveal itself. Obviously, Muta's on the way. Hey, if this BC teleports across the map, you're still already building Mutas, right? So this is kind of going to be a dead battlecruiser. There's no saving this. Is Clem upset about that? I feel like he should be, although the BC going to start flying away. He does have Hellions and Marines onto the third base. Well, this is actually huge as well. The Mutas actually have to come in and help with this. Marines doing what they can, but the Hellions are going to have free reign on the mineral line. There's so many Lings have already died. 13, 16, 17 drones dead. 18, 19, 21. Running out of fingers and toes over here as we get to 24 kills. Huge damage done, and I think the BC got away alive, right? Because of all the distraction. The BC lives despite the fast spire. Oh my goodness, isn't that just crazy? Well, that is just absolutely wild as that. Aliens continue over. We are going to see the SCVs getting here to repair up the battle cruisers. So the BC will stay alive. Cyclone's popping out, and Solar is having a bad time. This is all falling apart. This is all going wrong. Hellion's still trying to come back through. And Solo just going to say GG's as Clem is going to be able to take this 3-1 victory in the Kung Fu Cup today. Congratulations to Clem as we have ourselves a victor. We have ourselves a